Serving a side of salmon when you're entertaining a large group of friends is an easy way to put dinner on the table fast. So I've got a 1 kilo side of salmon here. I've left the skin on and I've just oiled my tray, and I've also pin boned it. Now you can get this from all your fishmongers these days. I've also trimmed the sides and I haven't wasted that. That goes into the freezer for another dish. I just love the presentation when everything is the same size. Now there are many different ways to flavour this, but this is my absolute favourite at the moment because it is so simple, but it's packed full of flavour. And all you need is this one sauce to make an amazing crust. Now this is black bean sauce. It's a subtle savoury sauce, and it's usually used in cooking, but it also makes a great crust for this salmon. So you'll need about 1/4 cup, and I just simply dot it all over the side of the fish. Now this salmon has come out of the fridge about an hour ago, so you don't want it to be too cold before it goes into the oven. So that's about 1/4 cup. Then I'll grab a pastry brush, brush all of that black bean sauce over the flesh of the fish, even on the sides there. You don't need to do it on the skin because we won't be eating that. And then just brush it out evenly. You can see that it's not too thick and not too thin. You just want enough to really season that fish. And that's the first stage done. Now I've preheated the oven. I've got it on the grill element. I actually like to cook fish under the grill. So this is going to take about 5 to 10 minutes. I'll keep an eye on it. You also want that crust to just set. Right, while the fish is cooking, let's get a little garnish to serve this with. Coriander. We're going to stick with the Asian style theme here, and I just want the leaves. These are actually going to act like a lettuce leaf on top. So I'm just going to gently pick the leaves off. It's okay if some of the tender stalk goes in. To that, I'm going to add some ginger and some makrut lime leaf. The ginger is super finely julienned. So I love to make it julienne because you don't want it to be overpowering. And all I do to do that is thinly slice it and then turn it around and slice again. So you've got these nice little matchsticks, just like that. This is a makrut lime leaf. It smells so good. You can get this from most of your greengrocers and even supermarkets these days. You want to take the rib out of it and finely chop that up too. If you can't find it, don't worry. This is just as delicious if you use some lime zest. I'm actually going to use lime juice for this, so we'll just cut that in half. It's a nice juicy one. And we'll squeeze the lime juice over. And finally, some chilli. Now, it depends on how hot you like it. If you want this to have a really big kick, then use a bird's eye chilli. I just like a subtle chilli flavour, so that's why I'm actually using a long red chilli. I'm going to remove the seeds, and then I'm going to thinly slice the chilli. We want it to resemble the ginger. Once that's done, we just have to wait patiently for that fish to cook. Okay, the black bean salmon is out of the oven. It smells so good. Do allow it to rest on the tray just for about 3 to 4 minutes. And now the tricky part, which is getting it off the tray onto the dish. But because I've oiled the base, it should come off nice and easily, and carefully place them underneath. There we go. And then onto your desired dish. It's okay if some of the skin breaks up because you're going to pull that away as you eat it. All right, tray, let's move that out of the way. Now this dish is exceptional with a crunch, and my choice of crunch is not peanuts, which you could use peanuts, or a different type of seed if you like. I'm actually using some crispy fried shallots, which go really nicely with the black bean sauce. So these are just store-bought, and we'll just sprinkle that over the top. And finally, a little salad, which I just want to toss at the very last minute. If you like, you could add some spring onions to this too. It's totally up to you. And I will use my hands just to delicately arrange this over the top. I think it's the colour contrast which makes this so special. And of course the flavours with the ginger, the chilli, the coriander, and that lovely black bean sauce. And that is what I call the ultimate smart cooking when you're entertaining. No effort involved, a side of salmon, use a great sauce like black bean to make that lovely crust, and a simple salad on top. Serve it with rice. Everyone is going to be impressed with that.